Ladies and gentlemen, wake up. Look around you. You think you're living in a free world? You think the politicians you vote for are running the show? You think Apple, Microsoft, and the big tech giants are the ones at the top of the food chain? You are being lied to. It is a smokescreen, a total illusion to keep you blindfolded while the real masters of the universe pull the strings from the shadows. I'm talking about BlackRock and Vanguard, two massive, predatory, globalist leviathans that have quietly, systematically bought up the entire planet while you were asleep. They don't just own stocks. They own the world. They own your mind. They own your health. And they own your future. This isn't a conspiracy theory, folks. This is a verifiable, cold-blooded fact. Go look at the SEC filings. Who is the top shareholder of Apple? BlackRock and Vanguard. Who owns Microsoft? BlackRock and Vanguard. They are the ultimate corporate puppet masters, holding the controlling stakes in literally every single major corporation on the face of the earth, from the food you eat to the cars you drive, to the massive big pharma empires pumping chemicals into your family, and the mainstream media news networks brainwashing you 24/7. It is all owned by the exact same two entities. It's a corporate monopoly on human existence, an unholy alliance of globalist technocrats who have consolidated wealth to a degree that would make the Roman Empire look like a lemonade stand. They don't care about borders, they don't care about sovereignty, and they certainly don't care about you. They are the twin ghosts haunting the global economy, controlling the flow of trillions of dollars to dictate human history, enforce their agenda, and lock down humanity into a digital control grid. The information is right there in front of your face, and it's time to break the conditioning, see the real enemy, and refuse to be owned by the globalist machine. And you have to ask yourself, how did we get here? How did we let two faceless, nameless entities capture the entire global infrastructure without a single shot being fired? It's because they engineered the system to keep you distracted. While they were buying up the corporate boardrooms, they had their mainstream media lapdogs, which they own, spinning endless narratives to keep the population divided, angry, and fighting a culture war. So you wouldn't notice the class war they already won. They are buying up single-family homes by the hundreds of thousands, outbidding hard-working families with printed fiat money straight from the Federal Reserve, forcing you into a permanent rental class. You will own nothing and you will be happy. That is their motto. That is the World Economic Forum agenda. And BlackRock and Vanguard are the enforcement arm of that neo-feudalist nightmare. They use their trillions of dollars in leverage to force every major company to bow down to their radical ESG agendas, dictating social policy, crushing small businesses, and choking out independent energy. It is an economic stranglehold on humanity. They control the agricultural giants that supply your food, the defense contractors that profit off endless wars, and the technology companies tracking your every move, your every purchase, your every thought. They have created a closed-loop system of total dominance. If you control the money, you control the food. If you control the food, you control the people. This is the ultimate consolidation of power, a technocratic dictatorship operating in broad daylight. But their greatest weakness is exposure. Once you see the matrix, once you realize that the same two monsters are behind every corporate curtain, their illusion of choice evaporates. We have to stand up. We have to demand transparency. And we have to withdraw our consent from this centralized globalist beast before they lock the cage for good. They want you hopeless, folks. They want you to look at this multi-trillion-dollar corporate empire and think, there's nothing I can do. I'm just one person. That is exactly what the globalist elite want you to believe. But I am telling you, their entire house of cards is built on your compliance, on your ignorance, and on your hard-earned money. Every single day, millions of ordinary, decent citizens are blindly handing over their retirement funds, their 401ks, and their life savings to these exact same predators who then turn around and use your own money as a weapon to enslave you and crush your freedom. It is the ultimate cosmic joke. They take your wealth, funnel it into their massive index funds, and use that massive voting power to hijack corporate America and destroy the traditional values that built the civilized world. But the awakening is happening right now, bursting across the planet like a tidal wave. People are waking up to the fact that this isn't about capitalism anymore. This is corporate fascism, a top-down technocratic tyranny. We are drawing a line in the sand right here, right now. We have to stop feeding the beast. We have to pull our money out of their centralized megabanks, boycott their woke corporate monopolies, and start building a parallel economy based on true freedom, local communities, and independent business. They cannot control us if we refuse to play their rigged game. This is a war for the soul of humanity, a battle between centralized tyranny and decentralized human liberty. The truth cannot be hidden anymore. The veil has been ripped wide open, and together, we are going to tear down their digital prison and take our world back. They are coming for your mind, but they are also coming for your biology. Listen to me. Why do you think they are poisoning the water supply? Why do you think they are pumping the environment full of synthetic chemicals and engineering the food to make you weak, docile, and sick? Because a strong, healthy, independent human being is the ultimate threat to the Vanguard and BlackRock control grid. They want you lethargic. They want you completely dependent on their massive pharmaceutical cartels just to get out of bed in the morning. But we are fighting back on every single front, and that is exactly why they are doing everything in their power to shut down this broadcast. They are trying to cut off our financing. They are censoring us on the very big tech platforms they own, and they are launching massive coordinated attacks to silence the truth. But I will not be silenced. I will go down with the ship before I surrender to these globalist, transhumanist freaks. But I cannot do it alone, folks. We are the last bastion of free speech, and we are completely listener-supported. If you want to keep the tip of the spear sharp, if you want to fund the resistance, you have to stand with us right now. You need to protect your family, get your storable food, get your water filtration systems, and get your mind and body right for the fight ahead. Prepare yourselves for the engineered collapse while simultaneously funding the information war. They want us broke, compliant, and broken. But by the grace of God and the sheer willpower of the awakened public, we are going completely on the offensive. The Republic will not fall. Humanity will not be extinguished. We are the resistance. And the corporate empire of BlackRock and Vanguard is coming down. Look at the absolute panic in their eyes right now. The globalist high priests of BlackRock and Vanguard are terrified because they know their secret is out. They thought they could operate in the dark forever, but the spotlight of truth is burning through their cloaks. They are desperately scrambling to accelerate their timeline, trying to usher in a central bank digital currency, a CBDC digital gulag, where they can track, trace, and turn off your money with the click of a button if you dare to speak out against the regime. This is the end game, folks. They want a total planetary lockdown where independent thought is a crime, where every breath you take is monetized and carbon taxed by their artificial intelligence algorithms. They want to replace humanity with a transhumanist, synthetic nightmare where they control the blueprint of life itself. But their arrogance is their downfall. They truly believed the public was too stupid, too drugged up on their reality TV and poisoned corn syrup to ever piece it all together. Well, they miscalculated. Millions of sovereign souls are standing up across the globe, throwing off the chains of psychological slavery. We are the line they cannot cross. We are the wall they cannot breach. Pass this broadcast to everyone you know. Scream it from the rooftops. Expose the puppet masters by name. Let them know that their reign of corporate terror is officially over. The awakening cannot be stopped. The globalist empire is crumbling under the weight of its own corruption, and humanity is going to win this war. They are throwing everything they have left at us, folks. Every fake crisis, every engineered catastrophe, every manufactured panic in the mainstream media, it is all a desperate last-ditch effort by the BlackRock and Vanguard elite to claw back control over a population that is rapidly slipping through their fingers. They know that once the critical mass wakes up, their multi-trillion-dollar house of cards collapses into dust. Their power only exists in the shadows, and we have just turned on a stadium megalight right above their heads. They are sweating in their high-rise glass towers because the everyday people, the truckers, the farmers, the factory workers, the independent creators, the true backbone of civilization are looking up and saying, "Oh, no more. We see the strings, we see the puppet masters, and we are cutting ourselves free." This is the turning point in human history, an absolute cosmic shift where the old guard of centralized parasitic control is being shattered by the raw, unstoppable force of human liberty and truth. Do not give in to fear, do not blink, and do not back down for even a single second. We have them on the run. The truth is surging across the globe like wildfire, and there is absolutely nothing their algorithms or their billions of dollars can do to extinguish it. Stand firm, stay alert, keep fighting the information war, and victory will be ours. And don't you ever forget that you were born for this moment. You are not some random accident of history destined to be a microchipped, carbon-taxed slave in a BlackRock-owned smart city. You are a sovereign human being, created in the image of God, endowed with free will and a spirit that no globalist algorithm can ever quantify or control. They look at us from their private jets and Davos penthouses, and they see nothing but units of production, cattle to be herded and milked until we are no longer useful to their technocratic utopia. but they are blind to the fire that is burning in the hearts of the global resistance. We are tapping into a deep, ancient desire for freedom that has overthrown every single tyranny in human history, from the pharaohs to the empires of old, and these Wall Street parasites will be no different. The time for passive observation is over. The line in the sand has turned into a brick wall. We are going to expose every single politician who takes their boardroom bribes. We are going to expose every compromised scientist pushing their toxic agendas, and we are going to rebuild our local economies from the ground up, completely independent of their centralized control matrix. They wanted a great reset, but what they are getting is the Great Awakening. Hold the line, protect your family, spread this truth like wildfire to every corner of the earth, and never, ever surrender. God wins, freedom wins, and the globalist machine is going down. The empire of illusion is shattering before our very eyes. Every single day they try to tighten the digital screws, but all they are doing is driving more people out of the matrix and into reality. Look at the panic in the corporate boardrooms at BlackRock and Vanguard right now. They are having emergency meetings because their algorithms didn't predict this level of human resilience. They thought they had the psychological warfare perfected. They thought the poison in the food and the brainwashing on the screens would keep us quiet forever. But they completely underestimated the human spirit. They can buy up all the real estate. They can capture all the legacy media networks. They can control the corrupt politicians, but they cannot buy your soul unless you hand it over to them. And we are choosing to fight. We are choosing to build a parallel world where their fiat currency has no power, where their artificial intelligence has no authority, and where their corporate mandates are treated like the absolute jokes they are. The globalist elite are nothing but parasites, and a parasite cannot survive once the host wakes up and shakes it off. We are shaking them off right now. This is the hour of liberation. This is the moment where the everyday, hardworking people of this planet stand up, lock arms, and declare that our children will grow up free, not as collateral for a Wall Street hedge fund. Keep pouring the truth into the dark corners. Keep funding the alternative media. Keep supporting your local farmers, and keep your faith burning hotter than it ever has before. The dawn is breaking, the shadows are fleeing, and the corporate dictatorship of BlackRock and Vanguard is destined for the ash heap of history. Stay strong, stay free, and keep fighting.